Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, could you hear me the whole time?
I can hear. No, I couldn't hear you the whole time.
Oh,
How
okay.
about now?
I can hear y'all now.
And now?
Yes,
All
I
right.
can hear you both.
Dennis is just trying to be annoying.
No, don't you remember
Oh,
that?
okay.
That what was that? What was that?
Verizon.
Verizon.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Can you hear
Yeah.
me now?
All right. Oh,
So
that's fine.
Andrea Lee, finally welcome to Menace and The Man.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good. I just left the gym, finished training, and I'm all sweaty and stuff. So headed back to the house.
So we were catching you at the end of training.
Yeah, y'all did.
Oh, all right. I thought we were catching you before training.
So I was just talking
No.
to Stan about like staff and stuff like that, and he says that's why he wasn't in the UFC is because he got staff too much. So
Oh yeah.
make sure you get home and get washed up. What's
Shower.
do
Yeah.
you have any techniques to beating funk like for yourself? Have you ever gotten like ringworm or impetigo or staph or anything like that?
I mean, I've had staph. I've had ringworm. Typically staph. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like I think I think that's the most common. For gyms.
Yeah. Some people don't get it though. That's the weird thing. But then some people are like, nope, I've had it a few times and it's part of my life, if you will.
Yeah.
I think like once you get it, then it's like one of those things. It's like easy to kind of get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to, I try to like, stay as clean as I can. I mean, I shower like multiple times a day when I'm training. But sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to Dennis. But no, that's not why I said I wasn't in the UFC. That's just the question. That's the way you asked it. That's why I didn't fight professionally or make a career out of fighting. Was because of injuries, and one of the main culprits was multiple staph infections. I almost had to get my hand chopped off once.
You should have.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Andrew, would that be like a sick pickup line for him? Like, yeah, I lost my hand like fighting a shark.
I would have to obviously change that story.
Yeah, not I lost my hand because I fucking am a dirtbag.
Well, that would just be terrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And it
Yeah.
would be, I wouldn't want that to be a pickup line for someone to pick up girls.
What if it got bit off by a lion or an alligator or something?
It would be a cool story.
But it wouldn't.
It would be.
It wouldn't float your boat. I'm not picking you up with that one.
I don't think so. No.
So born and raised in Texas, right?
Yes.
All right. So what were you doing growing up? What did they do in Texas as a kid?
In Texas, as kids, I mean, we had like a lot of animals. We lived on like 12 acres of land, so we played in the fields and hide and seek and built forts. We had a lot of fun as kids. I mean, I had cousins, my brothers, and I had my sisters, and so we certainly didn't have iPads and stuff like the kids do nowadays. Yeah, we had Nintendo games and stuff, and we did that whenever we were inside the house. But for the most part, we were always outside playing, swimming, like chasing each other, roughhousing.
Yeah, you
Catching
lucked out.
lizards and stuff.
You just made the 80s. I see you were born in 89. If you were born in 90
Yeah.
or 92, then you got a whole different attitude, mind state.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of fun as a kid, man. I cannot complain. I didn't grow up rich or anything, but
Same.
we lived it. I can't complain. Like I wish my daughter lived the way that I did growing up.
Horses? Did you have horses growing up?
No, I did not. We had goats.
Okay.
So I actually would rope goats and like would try to ride them because I always wanted. My mom grew up with horses. She used to barrel race and stuff. And
Oh, dope.
I always thought it would be cool, because my mom did it. I would have liked to do it. So I
Yeah.
started trying to ride my goats.
You didn't have the fainting goats, did you?
No.
I had a buddy that
No.
had fainting goats, and if you run at them, they do just that. It's really funny.
Yeah.
They get scared and just shut
And
off.
just lock up and just like take a nosedive.
I know people are so mean. They like to laugh at the expense of
Poor goats.
Now,
others.
I
Poor
think
goats.
I think you can actually scare those goats too much, where you can almost kill them too.
Really?
Like
Aw.
I think you can really, or if you keep scaring them over and over
Yeah.
and over again, they're just like, no, enough, heart, give out.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But that's also like Darwinism at its finest, I guess. But I guess you're being an asshole and scaring it. But if you can't make it through,
Well, hang on. Well, I went over to my buddy's house, and he's like, yeah, dude, I have fainting up. I was like, no way. And then I tried it, and sure enough, it worked. And I was like, wow,
It worked.
amazing. And he was like, all right, enough. I was like, dude, I've never. Fine.
You're like, this is so much fun, though.
Yeah.
so
All you
I,
gotta do is like clap your hands or something and it just falls over.
Yeah. Any four-wheelers, motorcycles, dirt bikes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ooh, here we go. Especially
you
if you're on
for
12
bringing those up.
acres.
Yeah, we had 4-wheelers, we had go-karts. We had this red go-kart that we used to just, I mean, we had multiple go-karts, but
Was it a Honda Odyssey?
Man, I don't know, really.
Like where the
I just remember
the
being
gas was on the steering wheel? Like it was a trigger on the steering wheel?
The gas on the steering wheel?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
On the Honda Odyssey, the gas is on the steering wheel. It's a trigger on the steering wheel. It's pretty cool.
okay.
I don't remember. It was so long ago. I mean, like, we wrecked it so many times. I do remember that. As far as, like, gas being on the steering wheel, I don't remember that. I was pretty young. But we did have multiple. And then we, like, crashed them all.
Any
we had
bad
so much
injuries?
fun.
Any accidents? Crazy accidents?
No crazy accidents. I mean, I did have accidents, but none life-threatening. But, I mean, there were times when, we're playing cops and robbers, and we're, like, the sun, I remember the time, like, the sun was going down, it was getting dark, and my papa had, like, he had gardens, and he had grapevines, and, you know, muscadine vines, so, like, there was, like, this area where we had, like, barbed wire fence, you know, that was the muscadine grew on, and there was an open area next to it, and so I just remember, like, riding a bicycle, and I was, like, running from my cousin Paul, you know, because, I mean, he was I was the robber and he was the cop, so he was chasing me, and I ended up going right underneath the barbed wire fence. It yanked me off by my neck. I still have, like, some, like, barbed wire scars on my neck,
Damn.
and, like, I mean, that didn't feel too good. And I broke my arm by, like, riding my bike and trying to ramp gutters and stuff, and I did, like, a big flip, broke my arm, but fell out of a treehouse because my cousin Paul was shooting at our chickens, and my stepdad at the time came out of the house, and he was yelling at us, and I was trying to get out of there because I didn't want to be, like, you know, caught with Paul, you know, I didn't want to
Right.
get in trouble, so I was trying to get out, and I ended up falling from, like, 2 stories up, and, like, whacked my head on a board and knocked me out, and, like,
Damn.
when I came to, like, there was no one around. My cousin had left me.
Paul
He's
sounds
gone.
like a complete asshole.
My
What the
cousin was
fuck,
gone.
Paul?
Paul is like, now when you took the barbed wire to the neck, did you go to, like, did he still take you to fake prison, or you went to the hospital for real?
Fake prison? No. Well, he got my mom. My mom came out there. I asked her if I needed to go to the hospital. I kind of wanted to. I thought it would be cool, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, I had, like, you know,
Some bad
I had
scratches.
I had tetanus. You know, I had my shots and stuff, so I
Okay.
didn't have to worry about the
Yeah.
rusty barbed wire. But yeah, it didn't hit any arteries or anything like that,
Yeah.
so I was good.
Your mom kind of sounds like my dad. Like, nah, we're gonna avoid going to the hospital right now because
You
not trying to pay that bill.
Yeah.
Look, nowadays, yeah, exactly. But nowadays, you go to the hospital for, like, any little thing with your kids, like, or at least I mean, like, it seems like I do. Like, I don't want to get, I don't know. I just take Ainsley to the doctor. Like, I try to tell her, I'm like, Ainsley, it's gonna be okay, you know. But I mean, like, I don't know. you know.
It's all right. My sister's like that as well. My sister's like anything. She's taking them to the doctor. My sister's kind of a
Well,
hypochondriac.
I think there's up to a certain age. Like, I think within inside of a year, you're like, man, I don't want to wake up and my fucking kid be dead.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we hear about these stories all the time where, no, I just thought it was just a cough, you know, and, like, they're dead, and then you feel like fucking you have to live for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's awful, you know. But, like, my guys are 4 and 6 now. I'm like, you're fine.
Walk it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you dealing with? You have siblings? How many?
I have 3 brothers that I grew up. I mean, like, I have my younger brother's Jacques. two older brothers, Greg and Chris. I grew up really close with them. My sister Cassie, she's like 10 years older than I am. We have the same mom. I mean, different mom, same dad. Same thing with my older brothers, same dad or same mom, different dad. But I also have two other brothers that I didn't realize that I had until I was like 15, I think. Yeah, my mama told me. They weren't my mom's sons, they were my dad's sons. So, that's kind of why I didn't know about them.
I feel like I need like a chart.
Yeah.
To keep up with all this. Like, all right, this was over here on this side with this person.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
So I have three brothers that my mom had herself, and then
Okay.
I have three brothers, from my dad and a sister from my dad.
So how many brothers and sisters do you have? You can include the step ones as well.
5.
Okay.
Okay, that's a pretty big family.
Yeah.
Now, were you guys all living in the same house growing up?
And where? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was my question.
Me and my brothers were not the two twins that I didn't grow up with, obviously, but me and my 3 other brothers were. We all grew up with each
and then
other.
the age. Where are you in this? You're the middle, youngest.
Second oldest.
Second oldest.
Second youngest. Second to the youngest.
So you stayed.
Yeah.
Oh, second youngest.
Yeah.
Okay. So at any point in time, like, were you winning fist fights against your siblings, or you always were on the catching L's, or what?
Were we fighting?
Yeah.
We were always rough.
Or they weren't allowed to touch you.
Were they not allowed? What do you mean?
For example, like, I've got 2 cousins, and the older cousin's a boy, and then my younger cousin is a girl, and like, just growing up, like, Anthony, if you touch her, you're gonna get your ass whooped. And Amber would just fuck him up because she knew he couldn't touch her back.
Yeah. No, we were all rough with each other. I mean, like, my brother Greg, he was always kind of protective, but me and my brother Chris and my little brother Jacques, like, we always kind of got into it. And then, of course, me and my cousins, we were all close in age, so we all kind of fought.
Paul.
That son of a bitch, Paul.
Paul, definitely Paul.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to touch my sister growing up. I would have got fucked up.
So when you scrap now, like, are all of them attending, or it's just too far, or how is your family with you fighting and attendance?
Oh, my family, they're all on board, they're all happy for me. I mean, at first they were all a little hesitant, but I mean, they've never been the type to, like, tell me what I can and I can't do,
Right.
I mean, they kind of, they're just like, oh, like, I don't see what you see in it, but, making me happy, you know?
which
they
was probably a little bit motivating for you, no?
Yeah. I mean, now, I mean, even then, at first I was kind of like, yeah, I don't care if they don't like it, like, I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But then they just saw how well I took to it, and how good I ended up becoming, the more I trained, the more I competed, the better I got. And my dad started, at first, he's always worried about me getting hurt. And at first he was like, I just don't know about that, Annie. He's like, I don't want you getting hurt, But now it's like, he's like my biggest fan. He brags on me to everybody, and like, he's so happy, He still worries about me. I'm his little girl, but, he knows I'm tough.
So now you have this upcoming fight with Joanne Calderwood. Do you know that? Want to hear something funny? She's actually, I know you just got back from Hawaii. She's in Hawaii right now.
Really?
Yeah. We were talking to her manager about getting her on the show eventually, and he was like, oh, she's actually in Hawaii right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's funny.
So I was in my head, I was like, man, imagine if they were like checked into the same hotel and been like, bitch, I was here first,
Well, I had an Airbnb. I had a place right on the beach in the North Shore in Haleiwa, and it was so cool. It was so nice. I absolutely enjoyed it.
How long is the flight from Texas to Hawaii?
It was about 8 hours, actually, and it wasn't so bad. That wasn't bad at all.
All right.
Yes, Menace's brother is actually from Hawaii at the moment.
Well, he's not from there. He lives there. He's in the Coast Guard.
So he's from there at the moment, like I said.
Yeah.
No, he's from New York. He lives in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. So he lives there at the moment, I should have said, instead of from there.
Idiot. You got to excuse my co-host. He'd be a little Little ninny boggin.
Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, Andrea.
It's okay. Neither am I.
Yeah, so I'm in good company.
Nah, you just gotta believe in yourself. Nah, you're good.
So what do you know about Jojo Calderwood? Have you guys ever had any interactions or anything before?
I've seen her around, at the Performance Institute, at fight week this past, a couple weeks ago in July, and I don't have any. I've always seen her on TV. I've always seen her fight. I became a fan of hers when I first saw her in Invicta, fighting at 115. I was very impressed with her skills and just enjoyed watching her. To me, she reminded me of Johnny Bones Jones. And I'm a big fan of him, like, and his technique and everything that he does. So, like the way she likes to use her elbows, I was always impressed. But I still think she's a great fighter. I'm still a fan, and I'm excited to throw down with her. I think that I don't know. I feel like she's changed her style a lot since she's been working at Syndicate. So, but still, she's the same too. At the same time, she's a great striker.
Now, where are you training? You're training primarily out of Texas?
I'm in Louisiana. I live in Shreveport, Louisiana. Actually, I live in Bossier now, which is literally like next door neighbors. But I go to Lafayette, and I train with Tim Crater at Gladiator Academy. And Tim Crater's is also like Dustin Poirier's home gym too. He has a gym there at like next to Gladiators called Diamond Training Center. And so
yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because I know you're from Texas, but then I saw that you train with Tim Crater, so I wasn't sure, because I know he's in Louisiana.
Yeah. I'm born, raised in Texas, but I've moved to Louisiana, across the state line once I graduated, and came here because Shreveport was a little bit bigger than Atlanta and, more job opportunities.
Where is the food better?
Where is the food better? Lafayette. Lafayette has some amazing food. New Orleans, all that. We have great food too here in Shreveport, but really it's mostly chain restaurants. Lafayette has a lot of locally owned restaurants, and they're just, like, I haven't found a place that I haven't not liked.
Well, I guess I was talking about like Texas or Louisiana.
I would say, man, I'd have to say.
Well, it's apples and oranges, right? Because you have dope barbecue in Texas, and then in Louisiana you have like amazing Cajun food, right?
Right. It just really depends on, what you're in the mood for. Cause
I am starving now.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like gas station barbecue from Texas, some shit like that.
Gas station barbecue?
Yeah, that's what they have in Texas.
Yeah, I went to one there. That's pretty good.
It's a real thing.
Oh, you're talking about like those, I wouldn't even call it like a gas station barbecue. It's called Texas Best Barbecue, and like, it's kind of like, it's similar to like a Buc-ee's, but it's not a Buc-ee's. So like,
it's kind of like a buffet, right?
They have like it's a really nice setup. They have like these really nice like locally made like shops inside. You can get like locally made like jams and like just merchandise and stuff like that. And then they have like the barbecue, the Texas Best Barbecue.
Yeah, you
so
pick
it's
like
really good. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not like that.
You pick like 2 meats and two sides, right? It comes with a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And they also have like they have different types of jerkies that are like behind a glass counter, like stuff like that. So I mean, it's not like,
You're making my mouth water here.
Gas station. It's not a regular gas station.
Yeah, you could also get a snake skin belt.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you could. And snake skin boots, maybe.
So I was traveling cross country with my younger brother, and we would go to a rest stop, and there'd be signs for like rattlesnake, like watch out for snakes. So we went out looking for some, and we didn't find any.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like checking under rocks and like in like little sewer pipes. I was committed. There was a sign for them, like they've got to be here. So I looked pretty hard, probably for 20 minutes.
Wasn't happening though.
No.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Not easy to find it, like just hidden under a rock.
So how do you feel about going to Abu Dhabi for your next one?
Ooh.
I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not excited about the flight though, but other than that, I'm excited about
How long's the flight for you?
It's like a whole day. I don't know, like 20 hours. I'm hearing.
Jeez.
And now we mentioned Poirier earlier. You guys ever trained together before?
Yeah. We've worked together. It's not like we get like training sessions online, but like a couple of times we've worked together. He's a big guy, and he's got his guys that he works with. So I mean, like really, just I've joined in some of their wrestling practices and stuff.
Well, that's pretty cool that a couple of Southerners or Louisianians. What would it be? What do you say when you're from Louisiana?
I don't know.
You classify yourself as a Texan though, no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll say
So I guess in Louisiana, everybody'd be like Cajun, I guess.
a couple of
but, I mean, not
Southerners
really.
going to Abu Dhabi
Yeah.
for some business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got Khabib and you got Jojo Calderwood.
Are you going to wear the whole getup when you get there, you think?
My cowboy hat.
No. Well, no. I mean, obviously you're going to do your thing, but no, the culture over in Abu Dhabi
The
where
burqa?
Yeah.
Is that what it's? I believe that's what it's called.
Oh, I don't know if we have to.
Oh no, you don't have to, but
Yeah.
my homie Ryan LaFlair fought there, and then afterwards him and his buddies bought them, and they were kind of doing it kind of as a joke, a little bit, but the people there they weren't looking at them like, hey, it's messed up that you're trying to make fun of our culture. They were almost
Appreciative?
They were so appreciative. They thought it was so cool that they, whether it's a joke or not, they thought it was so cool that they bought them and were wearing them and kept them clean, It was pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, if I was gonna do it, I would do it not to be joking, because I wouldn't want to like joke about someone's
Well, I
religion,
mean,
but
when you first put one on and take a picture, it would be funny for you and your friends and culture.
Right,
That's
you're
why
right.
they did it. They weren't doing it to like.
Similar to if I went to Texas and I put on a cowboy hat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, there's that
Yeah,
little
yeah.
underlying tone that it's religious is,
Right.
I guess,
Right.
why it could be bad. But
I thought about getting one and buying it just because I thought that maybe I would have to.
I don't think they're cheap. I think they're like $100 minimum.
Oh man, I don't want to pay $100.
well, now would they take it as an insult if she put on the burqa and then put on the cowboy hat?
I don't know.
Like if she embraced,
Probably.
yeah, like if she embraced their culture, but then was like, I gotta just keep this little piece of me.
Well,
Right.
also, I'm envisioning her like wearing the burqa, going out to weigh-ins, and that's a lot to take off before hop on. Yeah.
Even that, I mean, I'm obviously speaking maybe with a little bit of ignorance that I don't know, but
Yeah, you are ignorant.
that I would be surprised that they would put a women's fight on a card in Abu Dhabi,
Nah.
because aren't women supposed to keep themselves covered in a Muslim culture?
But they're in Abu Dhabi. I believe it's so westernized that that it's not they're not strict.
Yeah, she's very right in
Strange.
that.
Yeah.
So my buddy was telling me there's people of it's almost like a mecca it's almost like United States almost.
Abu Dhabi's like the,
there's
yeah.
so many different cultures, but from all different countries. There's so many different languages there, and
All right, well, Andrea Lee, we want to appreciate you for thank you, and we appreciate you for joining us, and we want to make you a regular on the show. Let's get you back on
Yeah?
like a week out from the fight or fight week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you're gonna do an interview with some other stupid journalist. They're gonna ask you the same 12 questions, or you could jump on with Menace and the Man, and we'll make you laugh and ask you some dumb shit.
we'll prime you up for the next time you come on. We want to know what
I like
kind of
this.
we want to know what kind of guys Andrea Lee's into. We want to
Okay.
hear about some street fights growing up, and then also
We want to
if you can cook barbecue yourself.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
And we want to on the scene, on the ground, boots on the ground report from Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll hold all the answers to those questions for now,
okay,
and I'll
okay.
save them for later.
Shake,
Okay, that-
shake and bake.
If you want to grab out a pad and
Shake
scribble
it.
down some answers so you're ready, little homework assignment.
Yeah, write down the questions.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so we appreciate you for giving us the time, and that's about it.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us, Andrea Lee.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a good day. Okay.
Good luck with training.
Thank you. Y'all take care. Bye.
Bye.